The next clip is around manifesting without taking action.
We always have to take action for what we want, or can we manifest without action? Because a few of the things I've manifested, like changing the venue of my school picnic, I did without action. And for getting a chocolate cake, I randomly went to a market and my grandpa bought it. So I wanted to say this, and I talk about it in The Secret, and we have been so orientated toward action that was one of the beliefs. Remember that I said that we have to do something to get something, because you can't get anything for nothing. So you definitely don't have to take action. That is a world belief. It really is. It's a world belief. So I just want you to know that your focus of what you want is is stronger and more powerful than any action you could ever take. If you stay focused for 1 minute on something you want, honestly, it's like 10 years of action. So understand the incredible mental power that you have to bring about what you want in the world. Every single thing you do in life is following a thought. You can't do anything without having the thought, first of all, to do it. And so thought always precedes everything else.
So taking action, again, a really controversial topic. This is a point where I think that whole war between people who believe in manifestation and people who think manifestation is just a scam, it's black magic, it's a waste of time, it's, misleading people. This is the point, because this is the biggest topic of discussion I've seen people arguing over, that you cannot just think about it and sit. You need to take action, you need to work hard towards your goal and all of that. And this is kind of portraying it in the same way. So I'm not saying this is a limiting belief. What she's saying in this, I agree with it. I align with it. We have been conditioned to take action so much. What she said is right. It's always like, I need to do something to get something. You need to do this for me to give you this. And this conditioning starts way back when we are small children. I'm not saying it's something wrong. It's also a way of teaching good manners to like small children and people, getting them to do things, getting them to take responsibility. I'm not saying that whole notion is wrong, but yes, it is definitely used in a wrong way to kind of make people suffer in a lot of parts of the world. Only if you go above and beyond, even though when you joined a role, you were clearly told about your responsibilities, your work timing. But because you're maintaining a really average work timing, you're just doing the normal. Okay, normal is not appreciated enough nowadays. Normal is seen as not good enough. So unless you're going above and beyond, unless you put in so much extra work of sacrificing your personal life and sitting in the office for extra hours, attending meetings late at night, setting up meetings late at night, unless you're not doing all the extra things that is not required, you can very well organize your work and do it within those 8 hours for which you're getting paid. You will not be considered for that promotion or for that appraisal or for a good feedback during your performance review. So in a lot of parts of the world, I need to do something to get something has become a way of kind of making people suffer. Yes, in some places you might need this, but you don't need it in all the places. When it comes to manifestation, I have just one video on that. I know I've been thinking of making a video on that, but I feel I've covered everything in that video. And there's not much to talk about when it comes to that topic of taking action. The action will take place on its own. I think the way she's explained it is kind of half information, and so people might take it in a different way. I want to complete that information and let you know that yes, you do not need to take physical action. Physical action is a third step, in my opinion. As you mentioned, your thought comes first. A repetitive thought becomes a belief. Eventually, that belief changes your state of being, changes the way you're thinking, operating, behaving, reacting. And that way, whatever inspired action you're supposed to take, you will be taking it. Okay? When we say things, people, places will move around to bring your desire to you, that includes yourself. Okay? You will move around, you will come across those opportunities, you will come across those people, you will be led to, inspired to go to a random event, random weekend hangout, randomly meet some person who's giving that opportunity to you that you have been doing techniques around. So the whole point of saying that you don't need to take action is that the required action, the required hard work, the required motivation, if you persist in your desire enough, your body will take that action. And I have really good personal examples regarding inspired action. It's not yet time to share those personal success stories. It's still like kind of unfolding. But in a few months, I will be able to give you hopefully a second video on taking action with a lot of personal examples for you to understand how, when you think, believe, and really want that specific change to come into your life, how your body gets to that hard work. It's not about sitting on the couch, okay? Your body, inevitably, your body will be made to do those things, will be made to do some research on the computer, will be made to open some link, some advertisement that has popped up, which is around your desire, okay? You will be led to learn something new. You will be led to, being so motivated to learn a new skill that is taking you towards that desire. So the action, all of this is inspired action. The action will come along. When we say you don't have to take action, does not mean that nothing is happening. The movement that's supposed to happen, that includes your inspired action, will happen. Okay, so don't freak out about this. Just let it happen really naturally. All the natural action we're talking about is inspired action. The next clip is about how to become a billionaire.
Many law of attraction trainers state that action is very important along with thoughts. Just thinking about becoming a billionaire won't make one a billionaire. You need to act. So I didn't say you didn't need to act, but I do want to share a story with you. Sarah Blakely, the CEO of Spanx, asked for $1 billion idea. And she received the inspiration for Spanx. And it certainly became $1 billion business. But because of the way that Sarah went about that, Sarah's experience of turning that idea, for a start, she had the wherewithal to know without a doubt that she had been given $1 billion idea. She knew it. And so she followed through on that idea. And she, therefore, would have been, the universe just would have lined up people's circumstances and events for her. It would have helped guide her so she didn't go down the wrong track with products. It would have helped her see mistakes early on before she went into manufacturing. It would have guided her, would have presented her with the most fantastic people, with the most fantastic fabrics, and everything that she needed to make that $1 billion business. There's no way Sarah Blakely could have created Spanx without asking for that $1 billion idea.
So this video is what confuses us around the previous video a little bit, right? In the previous video, yes, it was very clearly mentioned that you don't need to take action, okay? But the other part, I think it would have been a bit better if it was included that whatever action you're supposed to take will come around. That specific explanation by her has been included in this video because that person specifically asked that you need to act. Without acting, how are you going to get it? So here she is mentioned that how people, places, and things will move around, which means natural and inspired action. The opportunities that need to come along will come along, okay? The people you need to meet to get the opportunities to get certain kind of deals closed, wherever you need to reach, it will happen through people, places, and things. I think the secret has been criticized a bit even around the taking action part. So it's really important to not cut sentences into half. So whenever someone is asking about taking action, yes, you can say that you don't need to take action, which means forced action, which means overthinking, overanalyzing, manipulation in the 3D world. but follow it up and complete it by saying that whatever actions are supposed to come after that thought, after that repetitive thought that has become a belief, it will come along. And that way people will not get confused, because in one video it's just being saying you don't have to, and in the other video it's being said, I never said that you don't have to, it will come along. So just kind of combining these things whenever talking about such topics would really help people who are trying to learn this process of manifestation. And I'm not aware, so I'm not saying that she's contradicting herself, maybe in the first part, because these are really short clips. She just did want to emphasize on you don't have to take any kind of forced action. Sometimes it happens, right? Even in our videos, sometimes we don't follow it up with a complete sentence that the inspired action will come along. Sometimes we just end it over there, that you don't have to take action. So just to clarify that, this is the whole explanation to it. The next video clip is about effortless and fast manifestation.
What are specific steps to effortless and fast manifestation by using the greatest secret? That's a big question, because it took me a book to write it, to explain it to you. Here's the thing. In the greatest secret, you come to understand a lot more. It's like the next big step from the secret. You understand a lot more about the mind. When you understand more about the mind doesn't trick you anymore with its negative thoughts. You understand more about feelings, and then the mind doesn't trick you anymore with negative feelings. You also come to understand how incredibly powerful you are, that you are the one and only power in existence, not just a little person. You're the one and only power in existence. You come to understand that, and you also come to understand the nature of the world, that it is not what we think it is, that it's incredible and it's fantastic, but it's a lot easier to manifest when you understand what the world is really made of. So all of those things you'll find in The Greatest Secret, and I go into length with all of those things, and that is why effortless manifestation, that's why manifestation becomes effortless for you.
So yes, there are a lot of ways to make your manifestation journey effortless and speed it up, right? The whole point of me starting this channel was to put out really simple explanations, but not surface level explanations. So in my videos, I go really in depth, but I try to explain it in the most simple way possible, with the most simple examples and analogies possible, so that your mind can comprehend it in a really smooth way. What she's saying is true. The more you understand how your mind works, whether you want to understand it in a spiritual manner, whether you want to understand it with science, whether you want to understand it with faith, there are different ways. I always talk about two ways, and I apply these two ways. I use these two ways with my coaching clients, and a bit more in detail with my email coaching clients. My whole intention when I'm coaching you is to see how it makes you understand better. So if you're someone who understands it better in a practical way, I will use science as an explanation. If you're someone who understands it better in a spiritual way, I will use these other kind of words and explanation where we talk about energy and the God being within you, and you being one with other people and nature and animals, and there's no separation between you and your desire. And when it comes to science, it's more about me trying to tell you how your subconscious mind operates. Your subconscious mind is operating the same way, irrespective of you doing it spiritually or really practically. It's about how you can understand the process way better. Whatever is better for you, whatever makes you apply it in an effortless manner, try to learn it that way. If you're someone who just cannot learn it spiritually, it goes above your head, okay? You're not a spiritual person, you don't have to be. Don't watch those kind of channels and try to force yourself to become a spiritual person. Go towards other channels where they're teaching it really practically. There are tons of channels that teach it practically with like physical experiments. And if you're someone who is really spiritual, then watch that kind of content. For me, if you ask about effortless and fast manifestation, it will always come down to not taking your manifestation routine lightly, which people do a lot. What if I skip it today? It's okay. Unless you're having a bad day, you're not in a good state, in which case I always tell you to be good to yourself. It's okay to take a break. Okay, don't force yourself into techniques or being in that state of your wish fulfilled. But if you're doing fine and you're just procrastinating, or you're feeling lazy today, or today you don't feel like it, no. Discipline is very, very important for you to see results. And I know you might have been very bored by now listening to these two words, but I cannot replace them with anything else. So it's always going to be your discipline. You need to, as fast as you can, impress your subconscious mind so that it matches your beliefs to your conscious mind. It brings a change in your state of being, in your feeling, in the way you are talking, behaving, thinking, in your actions, reactions, and then we can finally see the results in your 3D reality. So do techniques, do it 4 to 5 times a day. This is the kind of routine I give to the people who either take coaching with me. If you're taking coaching with me, by default, you get a manifestation routine. It's not something you have to ask for, whether it's one-on-one coaching or email coaching. But under my Ultimate Manifestation pack, there's a pack which is specifically around that routine, which you get anyways as a additional bonus when you're taking coaching. So if you're looking just for a manifestation routine, you're interested and you resonate with the way I'm talking about the techniques, you can definitely go and purchase a manifestation routine, which will be really specific to your end goal and your circumstances. Now, why I'm saying 4 to 5 times a day, I know it might sound a lot, and some people say you don't have to do so many techniques, but here we're talking about speeding up the process, right? To speed up the process, you have to do more techniques, you have to put in more time, more discipline. And the way I give my manifestation routines and the way I even talk about it on my channel, it's not just that if you purchase a pack, I will tell you. It's all over my channel. I've shared my own personal manifestation routine that you can replicate if you like. For it to not feel like a lot of work, for it to not feel exhausting, merge your techniques in your daily activities during your waking hours in a way that it feels very natural. I always mention use the 2 most powerful times of your day when you're waking up. Set your alarm half an hour early. If you're waking up at 8 o'clock, set it for 7:30. Okay, start sleeping half an hour earlier the previous night so that you don't lose sleep. Utilize that half an hour when you are like half asleep and half woken up to do your affirmation, visualization, in a conversation, your affirmation tape, play it, anything. And the time you're falling asleep at night. Those are really powerful times when your subconscious mind is wide open. What are the other times of the day where you can include your techniques to bring it up to a number of 4 to 5 times a day without getting exhausted, without feeling lazy around it, without it being just another task in your list? Do it during your autopilot mode. During our day, multiple times we are on an autopilot mode when we are doing repetitive tasks. Washing your dishes, okay, doing your laundry, dusting your house, if you do that on your own, driving to your work, driving to the grocery store, okay, driving your kids to school, returning from work, when you're in the gym exercising. There are multiple tasks we do during the day that now we're so used to doing, we do them on an autopilot mode, which means we are not thinking about it. We know what to do. Our body knows what to do. Most of the time, we are either blank while doing these tasks or we are thinking about other things. Okay, usually things that are worrying and stressing us out. So replace all of that mental chatter with your new affirmations and new stories, visualizations, all of that. This is how you can do techniques 4 to 5 times a day without it disturbing your day, without it really exhausting you. And this will definitely speed up your manifestation process. Discipline is everything. The next video is about staying positive.
How do I stay positive with my coworkers who are so negative and get mad at me for being happy and laughing and smiling all the time? Yes. Well, just if you can do this, just allow your co-workers to be that way and you just be happy. because you're making a choice that you're being happy and smiling and stay doing that no matter what. But now the next step for you is to be absolutely okay with them not being that. So kind of give them the freedom to be grumpy and negative. Just give them the freedom, just allow them to do that. And look, I can tell you this really, really works. I have a very gorgeous friend of mine who was looking after her mum, and her mum was pretty negative. And so she really, really struggled with that. And I will talk to her and help her just get to a point where she was okay with her mum being negative. And do you know something? She got to a point where it didn't matter what her mum said, it didn't affect her. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. So you can get to that point. If we need other people to behave in a particular way, we're in trouble, right? So just focus on you. The fact that you are happy and smiling and laughing is awesome. Awesome.
I did receive a similar kind of comment months back on one of my videos that this girl was really unhappy because her family members' beliefs did not align with her. And again, I'm going to divide this into two categories of people. See, there are some people that do not deserve our energy, right? Like these colleagues. You need to spend 7 to 8 hours with them during the day. And then they're not a part of your life, okay? They are not relevant enough for you to take them so seriously and have an impact on you. You don't really have to do anything. There's no need here for you to change their behavior, be impacted by them, and let it impact you to an extent where you are asking questions of how do I remain positive when I am in their company. Do your own thing. Let them do their own thing. Once you stop reacting to their comments and their remarks, they know it's not fun anymore. So that's how such people usually are. They will comment, they will pass remarks till the day you keep reacting. And as I mentioned, working on our own reactions is a part of our manifestation process, our manifestation journey. So that's one category of people that are not relevant. I wouldn't even ask you to spend your energy on them. But then there are these other people that are in our face all the time. And for example, our parents or our family with whom we live and we share a roof or, a house, whatever you can call it. And a house is supposed to be a safe space, right? So if something goes wrong in the house, or if we have arguments with our parents or our siblings, it kind of creates this negative energy around you in the home that is hard to ignore, unlike those office colleagues. So in this case as well, the work is for you. Okay, the work is never going to be that you are trying to change them or you are trying to get them to be on your side. The work is always going to be what you're doing within yourself. Even in this case of families and your parents or someone being really negative or not aligning with your beliefs, you need to find a way to be okay with it. And you reach that place of being okay with something that is outside of you. People don't have to align with you. That's the bottom line. Throughout your life, people don't really have to align with you to get along with you or to love you. Same goes with you. You don't have to align with everyone's belief system around everything to love them or to care for them. So being okay with the differences, working on your own reactions, working on yourself in a way where someone else's behavior and comments or words are not impacting or reaching you emotionally. And you reach this specific place when you are in alignment with yourself. When you understand yourself really good enough, inside out, when you are at peace with yourself, when you stand firm in who you are, okay, when you're really grounded in who you are, it does not matter who is saying what, even if it's your family, okay? You can love each other, you don't have to disrespect each other, but you can disagree with each other and move on. It's not about having them to agree with me, it's about being okay with each other's disagreements. And you can be okay with that only if you are really at peace with yourself, because then those words don't impact you emotionally. It's a journey. It's something that takes time to reach, okay? but it's really worth it. Reaching a point where people cannot just randomly, anytime, have power over you emotionally, get you to react, get you to behave, get you to get triggered, is a really good place to be in. And this, everything that I just mentioned, is what builds your self-concept. This is your self-concept. In case you were still confused about self-concept, you can check out my playlist around that. Being sure of yourself. Being sure of who you are, what you believe in, why you believe in it, and being okay with other people having their own beliefs. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own manifestation journey. Keep it private. Whatever dreams, hopes, wishes you have, if you know other people are, kind of hampering that with their negative energy and words, don't pay heed to it. Their words, their energy, their negativity will impact your dreams, hopes, wishes, action, whatever you're trying to do, only if you let them. We are always allowing the people to emotionally impact us. We have permitted them. The people we love, by default, we give them permission to hurt us. If you do not allow anyone to hurt you, if you have that kind of barrier where not everyone has access to your emotional energy, not everyone would be able to kind of hamper whatever you're trying to do. This is what we call becoming emotionally strong, becoming mentally strong. Again, it all comes back to your self-concept. The next video is around manifesting clear skin. We finally have something around physical appearance.
I'm really trying to manifest clear skin. Good phrasing. I've tried scripting, but it's not working. I'm also desperate because I want it by a certain date. Is it possible? Okay, so the desperate part is the part that's stopping you from manifesting. That's the part that's stopping it. Because the desperate part is saying, I don't have it yet. And you have to believe you have it already. Doesn't matter what it is. Clear skin, house, car, new partner. You have to believe that you have it already. So you could visualize, for example, any of your friends saying to you, just visualize them saying to you, wow, your skin looks incredible. What have you been using on it? Wow, it's amazing. Just imagine those kinds of conversations. Keep imagining them all of the time until you are absolutely convinced you have clear skin.
So regarding the timeline, I always say if the timeline creates a pressure on you, do not set a timeline on your manifestation. I have a video on manifesting on a timeline, the pros and cons. Do watch that to understand this in a better manner. Only if you're really confident, not confident that you will manifest it by that date, confident that even if that date doesn't happen when you want it, and it's like a week later, a month later, a few weeks later, will you be okay or will you react in a hysterical manner? That is how you decide whether you should be keeping a timeline on any manifestation or not. And this specific manifestation really resonates with me because I have actually manifested having glowing skin back in 2020. And I always encourage everyone to kind of use the things you have in 3D to build your belief. That's another way to build belief. So what I did in my 3D reality when there was a lockdown going on, I had started using rice water, okay? And with anything, generally what we know, whether it's home remedies or other kind of treatments, you need to be regular, consistent with it to see results and to maintain the results, right? But I was doing that just to make myself believe that I have a glowing skin. So that helped me in building my belief. So I watched a lot of videos and I built this belief in me that through rice water, I will get glowing skin. Like this is what will do it. This will make me glow like no one else. And I started using rice water. I think I used it consistently for 2 months till the lockdown was lifted. And after that, I've not used it for the past 3.5 years. I've not used it. And my glow is still there. So yes, because I had such a strong belief, I was not doubting the rice water at all. I did have a strong belief. And you can now put it anyway, now that it just happened that it was the rice water that got the glow. But I did not maintain that routine. It was just 2 months, and it's been 4 years since then. I never let this belief leave my mind that my skin does not glow. It glows irrespective of me applying makeup or not applying makeup. And especially when I apply makeup, the glow is something you cannot ignore. And the technique she was mentioning, I actually did use it, where people are complimenting you for your glow and really asking you, like, what have you done? This glow was not there before the lockdown. Now, all of a sudden your skin is glowing. What are you using? What are you eating? I used to visualize people telling me that. Every time I got dressed up to leave my house, I visualized that people are asking me that you're glowing, you're looking so beautiful, your skin is looking so healthy, what are you doing? I'm not doing any home remedies. I don't do any intensive skincare. And this is not genes because my skin was not glowing before that. Okay, up until the lockdown, I did not have this kind of glowing skin. I had good skin way back in school. And since I started college, university, and I returned to India, I was not in India till I finished my school. The environment here, in the sense the pollution, did not suit me. And we were traveling a lot in the public transport. So that wind and pollution and years of that really caused a lot of acne on my skin. And I lost my clear skin. Like in 2 to 3 years, I really had bad acne on my cheeks and my forehead. And you cannot see it on camera, but the acne marks are not like completely gone. It's maybe like 70% gone. But I do have open pores. I have blackheads. My manifestation is not really around having a clear skin. I don't know. I never really felt like doing any kind of techniques around that. But I wanted the glow. The glow was more important to me. It doesn't matter if I have open pores, a little bit of blackheads, little bit of acne spots, but glow was my main focus. So that's something I consistently even think about to myself, that I'm always glowing. When I'm getting ready for videos, when I'm sitting and filming, I talk to myself, you're glowing so much, you're glowing so much. So yes, you can get clear skin, you can get a glowing skin. You really need to build your beliefs in that and become that person who's talking to themselves in the mirror, in your mind mentally, that, I have such glowing skin, I have such clear skin. People are always complimenting me. If you need to use things in your 3D to build that belief, do it. I use rice water. You can use something else. The next video is on karma. I'm really interested to know what she has to say about that.
Is karma real? The law of karma, as it was known in the Hindu tradition, is the law of karma. It's actually really no different to the law of attraction. It's just different words. And law of attraction is easier for us to understand in this century than karma was, hundreds of years ago and thousands of years ago. But yes, karma is real. But let me just define what karma is really, because we can, we say, oh, it's bad karma, and we tend to think of karma as some kind of punishment system, and it isn't that at all. Karma operates on our thoughts. It operates only on the mental plane, so it operates on our thoughts. But of course, we have a thought before we act. So we have a thought when we speak. That's a thought. It affects all of our lives. However, it's not a punishment. It is a rebalancing of energy. That's all it is. It's not you did something wrong and you're going to be punished, bad karma. So here's the way it works. Whatever we put out, that's energy, that returns to us exactly based on what we put out. So the thoughts that we have, the thoughts that we identify with, the thoughts that we believe matters a great deal, because they're karmic and they will return to us basically exactly the way that we sent them out. And so it's a pretty fair system if you think about it.
I will give a really summarized response to this. If you want to know what I really feel about this, I have a really detailed video on my thoughts on karma. For me, karma is a really simple thing. I think the meaning, the interpretation has been twisted so much. As she mentioned, it is rather used to scare people and punish people. I think, as she mentioned, it's being used more to kind of scare people than trying to make people understand the actual meaning. What I believe karma means is what you put out is what you get back. And here I'm not talking about your physical actions, that whatever you're doing physically is going to get back to you. Okay? It's a really simple thing. It again, everything, every concept related to actions, behaviors, your mind will come back to your beliefs. If you are doing something that is generally perceived as wrong by someone else, in their mind, from their perspective, you are putting out or you're doing something bad, and that bad will come to you. But it's not at all relevant what they think or how they perceive it. I might do so many things that might be really correct according to me, but might be wrong or immoral or unethical according to someone else. Other people's opinions don't matter. When you have taken that action, when you have done something, what was your thought process and belief around that? Do you feel what you did was something wrong, which is scaring you that it might come back to you? That is all that matters. If you have that fear in you that what you have done is wrong and it will come back to you, it will come back to you. It's all about your own state of being, thoughts and beliefs. If you think there's nothing wrong with what you did, then nothing wrong is going to come back to you. Okay, it's as simple as that. There's something I've broken down in a lot of detail in that video. You can go check it out. Let me know what are your thoughts on the clips we covered today. Are there any kind of clips that you do resonate with and you don't resonate with what I'm saying, or vice versa? Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope I was able to bust a lot of limiting beliefs for you and add some kind of value to your manifestation process. In case you are interested in booking coaching with me, whether it's one-on-one coaching or email coaching, or you are interested in purchasing the ultimate manifestation paths that are really user-friendly, really simple, and really cost-friendly, or you are interested in weekly group coaching sessions that are sometimes streamed live and sometimes there are videos uploaded, all the links are in the description box. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a great week.